dark road at night or strolling through the...
Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again, or Zappy, if you want to call me Zappy, I go by that now, so yeah, we're going to be, you know, putting that in there every so often, just to make sure that everyone's calling me Zappy, because everyone wants to call me Zappy, so there you go, I'm being called Zappy. Anyway, yeah, we're with Code Geass, we're on episode 16 now. In the last episode we delt's the correct terminology there, we dealt with Mao, and yeah, he's a child. He's a fucking child. We've got some revelations though concerning like, you know, Geass and things like that, the possibilities of it, and C2 and whatnot. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really go into though that's all that relevant. So yeah, we're just gonna get in episode 16, see what we get, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Okay, so let's go into episode 16 and kill Geass, shall we? Let's go.
He who uses this inhuman power will find his heart isolated as he plummets into the abyss that lies between good and evil. But if a man can climb out of that abyss into the light, then that man has the soul of a king.
Hello everybody, just a quick reminder here that if you go into the description and go to my Patreon and get the early access tier, which is $5 a month, you actually get access to 4 Code Geass videos every week. As opposed to the usual 2 that the general public get every week, and you also get them earlier as well. So yeah, so if you're clamming for more Code Geass reactions, then you can go over to my Patreon, get the early access tier, and watch them now.
The training for the post-refit Gurren Mark II is proceeding on schedule. Kyoto and the military district of India have finally come to terms. So
District of India?
And the organization's changeover to a cell-based structure is now 92% complete. As you directed, we've infiltrated all Britannian warehouses. And now that we have the unreserved support of the Kyoto group, we're seeing almost no more cases of citizens tipping off the authorities.
Are you sure you want me to be the messenger?
If you look humble, they'll look down on you. That's
How many
it works for
disguises
Chinese
does he have?
I don't know about that, but unlike you, I do have some humility.
Wait, what? Is that Mao again? How the fuck did he survive? What? Holy shit.
Keep on walking, Suzaku. But keep walking.
Oh,
What's
man.
wrong, Suzaku?
Kids as well, man.
Nonali.
My mother taught me that a warm touch is good for tears. Do you think it's true?
Bless her, she's a sweetheart.
I
That was
will overcome this.
That was the same thing Suzaku did when they met again, right?
How about dropping by for dinner more often? Nonali misses you. Are you free this evening?
Yeah, I could come tonight. What about school?
Don't worry, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go tell her about it.
My life is over and he's worried about dinner.
My classes don't start till second period, Sayoko.
Fuck.
Are you
sake.
surprised?
I'd heard you were a very unique person, Lord Asplin.
That's who it is!
Rank.
That's who the...
Oh, but I couldn't care less about loss of rank.
Excuse me.
You know what it is? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I'm sorry to trouble you.
This is
Not at all. Take your
crazy.
time.
For that, why draw it out? Let's get married.
Huh? That's it?
Getting cold feet.
Oh, fucking Mao, you bastard.
Lelouch!
Nonali, where are you right now?
I don't know, but I can't move.
You dropped your guard, Lelouch. Just because you thought I was dead? Want to try and find me? Your time limit is 5 hours.
How is it?
By the way, since the game is just between you and me, no using the cops as pawns this time.
It's not a very nice way to play a game, you know. If you do something to make my brother sad, I'll never forgive you.
Shirley and Lelouch?
Right. She's pretending she doesn't know him, and the president said we're supposed to play along.
Well,
oh,
so
so
Lelouch has
he
sorted
hasn't
that out
taken
then,
the
hasn't he?
plunge yet, huh?
Go to...
Excuse me. Oh, and I'll talk to you later about dinner.
You think he's going gambling again, huh, Arthur?
Lelouch.
Oh shit, we're gonna get
That's...
a team up here.
I thought so. Something's happened to Nonali.
Right.
Good timing. The meal's almost ready.
Oh my god.
You mean, have you been able to remember anything yet?
Sorry, nothing at all yet.
That's okay. Don't push it. You're still healing.
This has nothing to do with our bloodline. Just a psychopath who wants to keep a girl all to himself.
So he's threatening you?
Yes, I can't go to the army or the police.
Then there's no choice. We'll have to do it on our own. This isn't about your gambling, though.
It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
If I heard the sound of running water, too.
Water. The circulation system.
The lower levels. How's it look?
You were right, the door's guarded. There's a machine gun linked to the security camera.
Why the fuck is there a machine gun there?
This way. We'll have to head back up and disable the man. Wait!
Oh shit! Fucking hell! Did he say there wall run? What? I think he was athletic. I don't think he could pull off like a fucking wall run. Especially considering like he ran like he took like a good 4 or 5 steps on it. What the hell is that?
A bomb.
Nonali, we're going to defuse the bomb. It's okay, don't worry. Lelouch and I can do anything together, you know that.
Did none even know there was a bomb there?
If an external force interferes with the motion, then the bomb
explodes. You think you know how to disarm it?
Theoretically. The power line to the detonator would need to be severed. Since he's not a pro at this, I'm sure I could figure out which lines are dummies. Still, we need to find another way to do it.
Why? If we choose the right one.
Because you'd have to cut the line without disrupting the motion.
Well, if it isn't Casanova.
Wait, figured out where he was?
No weapons, no strategy. You didn't defuse the bomb, didn't deploy the Black Knights, or your friend.
The final game. Is it ready?
Let's put an end to this.
Oh, so that
with your specialty.
Really?
It's been a while since we could spend time like this. There've been so many unexpected events since we came here.
I heard Clovis ordered them to build it like this.
I'm surprised he liked her villa that much, since he was always fighting with her son Lelouch there.
He must have thought of Lelouch as his rival.
We need to stabilize this area and capture Zero fast, to avenge Clovis, as well as Lelouch and Nonali. This land has taken the lives of 3 of our siblings.
Oh, so he has
The
to...
chess pieces we capture will go here. If the needle swings all the way towards me, the bomb goes off. If it swings towards you, the bomb will be disarmed.
You
In
gotta
short,
be
if you win the game,
joking.
your sister's life will be saved. I'm afraid you're not the type of person who can keep your mind empty. There's a part of you that's a critic, constantly watching your own moves. And there's another part that's an observer, watching the critic, watching you. You're that kind of person. Your last plan is failing as well. You underestimated me. That's why your sister is. Better hurry.
Couldn't he just jump?
Looky,
Like, couldn't he
time
just
is
jump
running
on
out.
there on
Your
his?
little sister's not going to make it. Ah, is that the right move?
Like, could he just press down
Are
on
you
his
sure you
skill?
wanna do that?
You got everything you wanted! Let Nonali go!
Aww.
I admit it. You have beaten me.
You're finally speaking the thoughts from the deepest part of your soul, huh? This is... checkmate.
Just jump on your side of the skill.
Let me
Suzaku's got it.
What? Why is she...
Yes, Suzaku boy.
I am Warrant Officer Suzaku Kururugi of the Britannian military.
Impossible! You'd have to have matched your speed to the pendulum.
That's right, after Lelouch showed me which line to cut.
Oh,
showed you
cheeky.
my plan? So that's it. Right. Mao, it seems that it's my checkmate. Yes.
Oh my
I gave
god, he
Suzaku his instructions.
he used it on
to
himself?
myself to forget.
Holy
You couldn't find
fuck!
out. That was your mistake.
Stop it!
Get your hands off of me, father killer! You killed your own father
Wait,
7 years ago.
What?
He called for do-or-die resistance, and you thought stopping him would end the war. What a childish idea. The fact is, you're a murderer.
The report said his suicide was a protest against the military actions.
A big, fat lie, all of it.
Lie.
I didn't have any choice! If I didn't, Japan
That's
would've...
how you justify it in retrospect? You want to save people's lives? It's your own wretched soul you're trying to save. That's why you're always charging into danger.
Whoa.
You're no hero. You're just trying to wash the blood off your hands. Mal! Never speak again!
Oh shit, yeah, he got his thing off! I can't speak! Oh, not this time, bitch. Done this
I
time.
did love you, Mao. Mao, I want you to go and wait for me in C's world.
So Suzaku did know then that his dad was sort of leading the rebellion kind of thing, or leading the Japan Liberation Front, I guess. But that, like, to go at him with a knife when he's a kid? Like, why would Suzaku have, like, that strong an ideal when, like, to actually kill his own dad? That's crazy. Alright, from the top then. They're making a point to note, like, the sort of grey nature of the show, I think. You know, with, like, when they say evil people doing good things and good people doing evil things, shit like that. Yeah, they're making a point to making it noticeable. Making it apparent. Because I guess, like, it's sort of, out of all of the organizations in this show, they're not all truly evil or truly good, I guess. I guess that's what's trying to, you know, tell us. I could have sworn Died Hard said the District of India at the beginning of the show. What is that? I don't know what that's about. It was almost just like a throwaway line. I don't know if that'll ever come back up again. But they fucking infiltrated like every Britannian warehouse with like a Black Knight operative, essentially, which is cool. I love the throwback of not only like when they were kids, the warm touch thing, because that was the first thing when Suzaku met back with Lelouch and Nunnally. That was the first thing he did with Nunnally, was touch like a face, right? So I like that little throwback. I love the fact that Millie's husband is Lloyd. And you know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fucking fine with it because I like Lloyd. That's great. That was like, I was expecting it to be like, if they were ever gonna like actually turn up in the show, I was expecting it to be some new character. I was not expecting it to actually be Lloyd. Which is great. That's awesome. I like Lloyd. I think he's cool. Valletta, obviously without amnesia and shit like that, like I think I can see where it's going. I feel like Valletta will obviously get close to, what's his name, Ogi? I think it's Ogi, right? She'll get close to him, and obviously with Ogi being like a part of the Black Knights, I don't know where Ogi's kind of going with this. I don't know if he's going to stick around with the Black Knights or not, because he basically said, look, I basically betrayed like Zero at that point, right? But then again, I mean, Zero did betray the Black Knights sort of by like sort of lying to them, right? But yeah, I don't know where that'll go, because it seems like only Ogi's doing that, right? But I feel like I can almost see it like Valletta will get close to Ogi. If Ogi's going to remain with the Black Knights and all that shit, then I feel like it's going to get to a point where Valletta remembers everything, but she still has this sort of connection with Ogi, so that kind of makes a conflict of what she's doing. Because at the end of the day, Valletta's not really all that. I wouldn't say she's 100% on like Britannia's side, really, because they like her and Jeremiah had their own game plan, right, which was to just rise in the ranks to the point where like they had power, right? That was the whole thing between them. So it's not really, you know, Valletta wasn't exactly, I wouldn't like loyal to them, you know what I mean? So it'll be an interesting sort of that's an interesting story. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Should be interesting. I found it interesting that Suzaku, when he went to see Lelouch, obviously he found out that Nunley was kidnapped, whatnot. Lelouch was pointing out like the reasons, like, oh no, wait, can't get police involved, stuff like that. That Suzaku was okay with doing that. He was okay with them doing it on their own, which is sort of kind of opposite to what he said in a previous episode, like episode 9 or something like that, when there was the terrorist attack with the Japan Liberation Front, and they had that like tower and whatnot, and they had hostages. Suzaku said that he prefers things to be systematic, or do the things through the system, as opposed to doing it for his own feelings, like his own emotion. And I remember saying at the end of that episode, like, yeah, he says that, like, yeah, he'd rather do things systematically, and I remember saying that it would be interesting to see if there's ever a situation that pops up where it's somebody he cares about's life is on the line. What would he do? Would he go out on his own and do it from an emotional standpoint, or would he just do it with the system? This is sort of that. I'm kind of a bit hesitant to call it exactly that, like, you know what I mean, because he wasn't a soldier at that point. He was just at school, right? But I feel like it's sort of a tease with Suzaku. Like, he's not... clearly he's not all right in the head because of what went through with his dad. So, you know, maybe there is a conflict in his mind of this kind of shit going down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously he has this sort of, like, fucking unyielding, like, passion for, like, this whole thing, like, for the people, shit like that. But when it comes to, like, doing it for the system or doing it for his own, like, emotional thing, I think, honestly, if it comes to somebody he cares about, like Nunnally, he'll do it of his own volition, and he'll do it, like, I think he has no problem doing it by himself and not having to do it through the system. I think that's something that he's absolutely fine with. So, yeah, he does say stuff and then kind of go against it. You know what I mean? Well, like, you know, I think a lot of people can probably take that as, like, you know what I mean? Oh, he's just a, like, maybe he's just a, like, a bad written character. I don't think so. I think it's just sort of like, I think there's this whole thing ingrained within him because of what happened with his father, where he's sort of unsure and his mind isn't completely right. So I think he's sort of maybe bipolar a bit. You know what I mean? Maybe doing things that he says one thing, does another thing. Like, you know what I mean? So it's definitely interesting. Yeah, it's also it's nice to see Cornelia, like, sort of, like, let loose, like, when she's not obviously within the burden of, like, having to be like a fucking a viceroy and whatnot, and, like, commanding armies and shit like that and getting shit done. Like, when she can just, like, chill out with her sister, because obviously she really loves Euphemia, so, you know what I mean, those two have always been close. They're talking about Lelouch and shit, obviously to do with, like, Clovis painting pictures and shit of Lelouch, which You know what I mean? I remember when I first saw that, like that brought back memories. It's like, oh fucking hell, that sucks. Like, you know, because as much as like Clovis, you know what I mean? Yeah, he did the stuff that he did. I think, you know what I mean, he was kind of put under like a sort of, I think he was influenced a lot by like the higher ups, like obviously the Emperor being one, to do this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's absolutely unspeakable shit that he actually ordered the deaths of people and shit like that. But at the end of the day, he did love his family. Obviously, definitely like most prominent, the ones that he painted, Lelouch being one. You know what I mean? And of course, Euphemia went and had look at them. She knows Lelouch and all that and shit like that. I don't know if Cornelia remembers what he looks like, but because I figured the last time they would have saw each other was when he was a little kid, right? So it'll be interesting to see if they ever come face to face, like him without the mask. I would like to see how that plays out a lot, actually, because I don't know what their relationship would be like. I feel like Lelouch and Euphemia would. I think Euphemia would be alright with it. Like, it wouldn't be like entire, like, you know what I mean? They would take like a bit of talking to, but in the end, Euphemia will be alright with it. Cornelia, I feel like would be less so, because I get a vibe that, you know what I mean. Then like obviously they're not in great terms. Like Cornelia being one of the names that Clovis mentioned, that possibly could have had something to do with him, like Lelouch's mother's death. He never specifically said that, by the way. Like, it was never pointed out that, you know what I mean, if you want to know, speak to Cornelia, and then there was another guy, right? Speaking of which, I can't remember who it was. Was it Schneisel? The other one? I feel like I wrote it down somewhere, but maybe I didn't. I might not have, you know. I might not have written it down. Yeah, I feel like I didn't. Fuck. Maybe Schneisel was the other one. But yeah, like Clovis did mention, like, obviously the two names, Cornelia being one, the other one was a prince. And it was speak to them if you want to know. So it's not, it wasn't specifically like, oh, it wasn't like, no, Cornelia and this other guy did it. It was more like, if you want to know about it, speak to them. So, I don't know, Cornelia doesn't... I don't know if... honestly, I don't know if Cornelia would do that. She seems like she's not an evil person. Actually, on a lot of... I'd say she's actually... You know what I mean? She's actually fairly alright. You know what I mean? She can be, like, aggressive in the field of battle and shit like that, but, like... That's like in the fighting with the war. If it comes to like sort of interacting with people outside of that, it's a bit more. She has. I feel like she has a humane side about her. So we'll have to see where that goes. By the way, like, I feel like it's so stupid. Like when Lelouch and Mao were having the chess match, right? And obviously it was the whole scale thing. I feel like Lelouch could have just literally jumped on his side of the scale, and it would have been alright. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously, I kind of have to. I guess, you know what I mean. Maybe they kind of didn't think about that. I feel like I have to suspend my disbelief a bit there. But I feel like he could have just jumped on that thing. Especially when, like, oh no, it's like, last chess piece, once it goes in, it's like, literally, you've got nothing else to do. Just jump on your fucking side of the scales and she'll be alright, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I can't be the only one that thought that, surely. It's a scale. It just applies pressure. You know what I mean? You could literally just rest your arm on it. You'll be fine. We'll see that. Oh my god, Lelouch using Geass on himself. That is mad. That was nuts. I'd never even thought, like, I'd never have guessed. That was insane. That was nuts. I feel like I've seen before, like, was Lelouch testing reflections and stuff? If it would work on a reflection? Did he test that? I feel like he might have done, but it might have been a while ago. So it's kind of blurry in my mind, but I'm not sure if he did. Because they keep saying, oh no, you need direct eye contact, right? That's what they keep saying. A reflection isn't direct eye contact. So I don't know. I don't know about that. Huh. Yeah, and the final thing with C2 saying, I'll see you in C's world. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I mean, C's world would refer to, like, I don't even know, like, what would it refer to? Like, is it really its own world? Maybe it's something similar to Death Note, like when Death Note, like if you use the Death Note, right? You can't go to heaven or hell. You go to the Shinigami realm, right? To become a Shinigami, I guess. Maybe it's similar to that. Like if you have a Geass or you use a Geass, you go somewhere different. And maybe that is what C2 is. Like she is like a being from this other realm. Possibly. I could see it being that. I mean, I don't see why not. Like, I never really thought about this. I guess when you think of a Geass, like it's the way that it works is insanely supernatural. You know what I mean? But like, it's funny. Like, even though that was in there, like, it's so almost grounded in like gritty realism kind of shit going on. Is like. Surrounding this whole thing that I kind of forgot that, yeah, what Geass is essentially fucking like it's extremely supernatural. So like, but yeah, like when I've been watching this, I've never actually sat back and thought about like the possibilities of what else could be supernatural in this, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe C's world is the world that she comes from. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, that is it. That's all I've got, yeah. So, in the description below, I've got a link to a bunch of stuff. The first one is the Discord. I urge everyone to jet over there. Especially if you want me to react to a certain show or a specific show. Because when it comes to polls and things like that, it all starts on Discord. So, you know what I mean? If you want me to react to a certain show, you probably want to go over there. We also have Dungeons and Dragons shit going on, so if you like Dungeons and Dragons, if you're experienced, even if you're not, even if you're completely 100% new, we are absolutely fine with anybody, so yeah, get yourself over there if you want to experience that with all of us. We've got like karaoke and shit if you want to sing, you know, if you want to do that, you can, right? We've got streams and shit like that going on, so, you know what I mean, a lot of information always going on over in the Discord, so, you know what I mean, it's always a good place to be, so I urge everyone to go over there. Patreon, early access, $5 a month, you get access to 4 episodes of Code Geass a week. So for the general public on YouTube, you get 2 a week. On the early access on Patreon, you actually get 4 a week, and they all come out before they all like go for the out for the general public. So you know that's 4 a week, 16 a month, and that's only Code Geass. You know what I mean? So you're talking about the 4 other shows that I'm actually doing on Patreon, which is Steins Gate, Haikyuu, and Tokyo Ghoul. You know what I mean? That's 16 each as well, so that's 64 episodes altogether that you get. That is double the amount that the general public get a month. The general public get 32 episodes a month, and you get 64. So that's an extra, like, that's literally double the amount that the general public get, and that's for only $5 a month. So, you know what I mean? If you're clamoring for more SirMonkeySuit zappy reactions, then that's the place to go. For just $5 a month, yeah, the link is in the description for the early access. Also, I am reacting to Parasite on Patreon. It is under the exclusive tier, which is $15 a month. So the only way you're going to be able to watch me react to that is actually if you go and get the exclusive tier, or you get higher. So that's $15 or more a month. However, if you can't justify that price or you just can't afford it, don't worry. You're not out of the loop. You will get to watch it eventually. It's only exclusive while it's airing, okay? So in the next like 2.5 months, at most, once I've finished reacting to it, it'll get uploaded to YouTube for the general public and you'll be able to watch it then, okay? But if you do want to watch it like right now, you know what I mean, by the time this comes out on YouTube, it'll probably be... I'll probably have about 4 episodes of Parasite up, so... You know what I mean? So yeah, if you do want to go watch that while it's airing, it's $15 or more on Patreon, and I watch 2 episodes of that every Wednesday. Okay, so yes. And finally, my PO box is in the description below, so if you do want to send me anything, you can do with the address down there. It's the SMS PO box, you know what I mean? So if you just send that to me, you know what I mean? I'll open it up on camera, and it'll be a nice little surprise, little additional video. Yeah, I just fucking had a stroke. That'll be a nice little just addition to the video, but if you don't want me to open up on camera, then that's absolutely fine. Just make sure that you tell me in the package so I don't do that. Okay, so that's it. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.